can feel the filth and grit in every breath. This desolate rock is the former colony of the backward-thinking sky worshippers. Their stories are worth as much as the sand around it. Nothing. The Grineer took pity on their miserable existence years ago, returning this so-called civilization to the sand. Yet for some elusive reason, their relics have become quite fashionable and thus valuable. Rare antiquities. That's why we're here. Ignore these glyphs. Nothing but nonsense about their so-called God King. Inaros, is it? How quaint. The only thing heaven sent from Inaros will be the prices relics fetch at auction.
Hush, hush, my little Dune. You don't need to be scared. There. That's right, shake out the sand. But remember, not all of it. And I'll tell you the story.
Tenno, what is this? How are you doing that?
Long ago, the lands of our colony were cursed. They were soaked in fear. The Golden Skymen would come and take our children away. Young and old alike cowered before them, afraid to lose their most beloved.
That voice! Tenno, stop this!
But then he came, the Fear Eater, the Sky Killer. He was called Inaros.
A burial vessel. It will contain precious relics. There, you're not defiling a tomb. You're creating wealth. Return to your ship. We must examine this vessel further. I could have never foreseen this. That vessel, it contains primitive etchings that seem to be a sort of blueprint. Was a warframe entombed there? Look at it. It's exquisite. There's an inscription. Smudged glyph represents some enemy? You'll have to carry that vessel into battle and prove yourself if we are to unlock these secrets.
Operator, incoming transmission. It's from Fortuna.
Allied V's selling the latest in asset security. Conduits. Put the key in and you can pull the shinies out. Trick is, you gotta wait to open. Something happens to the conduit before you can pull the goods. You don't get the goods. Ever. Also, the bleeders Allied sold the tech to will try to kill ya. Give that console the old bypass so we can get this thing started. This isn't your regular bulk job. Allied V sold the conduits with interference routines specifically designed for the Kenner. Things might get a little weird. Conduit keys are carried by high-ranking muckety-mucks.
If you want to prove yourself, you're going to need to carry that burial vessel in your inventory.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
I don't know how this happened, but the glyph on that sacred vessel, it's changed. I suggest you stay on this path.
Target located. Bring them in. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. Got robots around. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Excellent work, Tenno.
The vessel, it's responding to your actions.
Target located. Bring them in. Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno. Corvus walkers are heading to your location.
Return to your ship. We must examine this vessel further.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
commencement imminent. You would make an excellent cephalon, Tenno. I hope these interest you. You would make an excellent...
I'll be grateful when this is over. I cannot stand this barren place. Even the Orokin could not have enlightened these sand skates. Remember, we're here for relics, not stories. So I'd appreciate if you kept your Tenno Soma Void Resonance thing to a minimum. I've had enough of this culture to last a lifetime. Take the vessel to the door. What happens?
Little one, after this, you must sleep.
Not again.
Inaros began not as our king, but as our enemy. A warrior of the Golden Skymen. But for each child the Skymen took away, Inaros grew even more angry, until one fateful night. Another child had been taken, and the villagers had gathered in a mourning circle weeping, until they heard a small voice. By the dunes, it was the child returned. As he approached, the people gasped in horror, as they saw that he was drenched in blood. His father rushed to the boy and embraced him, and saw that he had no wounds. "Whose blood is this?" he asked. The boy looked to the sky and said, "This is the blood of the Skymen. This is the work of Inaros." By the sand and the stars, the Skymen raged. They set upon Inaros with their armies, but none could prevail. For he commanded the sand, he commanded death. Inaros ate their fear and became stronger.
None of this could be true, could it?
And so they left us and took with them our fear. On that day, Inaros became our king, and in a great whirlwind of sand, ascended to watch over us from his throne in the sky.
What if? It can't be. Return to your ship. I must collect myself. By the void, the Grineer have picked up our scent. They'll take me. It's Inaros. You have to stop these animals at once. So where is she? That voice? I think I need to hear the rest. I think I've needed to hear this for a long time.
And so, for years we lived in peace, and our little dunes were our own to keep. But the sands of peace are ever shifting. Years later, a plague came to the desert. The infested. Desperate, our people called out to the sky, Inaros! Inaros! But they could not wake him. And so, they were consumed by the ravenous horde. With all lost, the few remaining villagers gathered in the morning circle to prepare for the end, when suddenly, a storm rose about them. A colossal, spiral storm of sand, piercing the sky. The villagers huddled, trapped within the storm's eye, as the beasts charged them. In moments, the beasts were torn apart, and the infested plague was swept away, never to be seen again. As the storm subsided, the people ventured out into the desert, hoping to catch a glimpse of their savior, their beloved Inaros.
Get ready.
His glorious metal body, broken and still, lying in the sand. Did they mourn? No. They knew his spirit had returned to the sky to watch over them once again. They gathered his body to keep it safe from thieves and raiders. They placed the pieces within the sacred vessels and entombed them in secret, knowing that one day Inaros would reclaim his body and rise again. So now, my sweet Dune, you have no need of fear. Take these grains and keep them under your pillow. Inaros will watch over you.
Find extraction. We're done here. The story isn't just a myth, is it? Look at this sacred vessel, one of 4 just as she described. And the challenges. You must prove your Tenno.
The column's stirring. It knows you are here. I can feel it wake. Find it. The Furliak pods. Is that it? I really thought you would have more. Have you been using them?
What? No. A few, but you said...
First key. Right. Find a matching conduit. Demo unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye. Demo unit's looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit. Not going home yet. We just got here. Eyes open, sunshine. Here we go. way ahead of you. Time to hit the pub.